Oh my gosh. Hey folks, why don't you enjoy an impromptu video while I work on the script for my next review? Be forewarned, I'm not going to be very diplomatic in this video because I'm kind of an unhappy camper this week. I'm going to be using a lot of language because I am one pissed off hillbilly and I got a lot to get off my chest. You have been warned. So this involves an artist friend of mine named Rizeki. You probably remember the artist spotlight I did on him. Well, long story short, he's a bisexual guy living in a homophobic country of Indonesia, which is run by a bunch of radical Muslims. So, a friend of his started a campaign to try to get him the hell out of there, and to a safe country that's more tolerant. Well, a week and a half after the campaign started, a bunch of trolls got together and got on Rizzy's ass. And there's still some details I'm unsure of at this point, but from what I can gather, they either doxed his information or lied about doxing his information and reporting him to his local authorities. And let me tell you, over where he lives, if they find out you're gay, it's game over for you. So, he tried to commit suicide. And thank goodness they managed to save him, but he severely damaged his internal organs. Since then, the family is keeping his conditions and his identity secret, and they're going to try to get him somewhere safe. So, it's up in the air if we'll ever hear from him or not. All I can say is, this whole thing has got my fucking blood boiling. I just can't believe we've come to this as a society. That there are people out there that go out of their way to make other people's lives miserable. And for what? Rizzy's a pedophile. Fuck you. You know what? I am so sick of hearing that bullshit fucking argument. Oh, just because he drew lolicon, that means he's a fucking pedophile. Anybody who seriously thinks that can go fuck off. Just jump in a hole and fucking die. I'm dead fucking serious. I mean, for Pete's sake, people, do you not understand the concept of fiction and reality? Do you not see the difference between a fucking drawing and fucking real life? And if you knew Rizeki like I did, you would know that he is completely opposite from the kind of artwork he makes. The man was abused his whole life, from childhood to adulthood, and he just uses artwork as an escape from all that, as a coping mechanism, like a lot of artists do. Is that so wrong? Is that so fucking wrong? And here's a big shocker. He actually went out of his way to protect real kids from real pedophiles in his country. He's exposed child porn rigs. He stopped some guys at a comic book convention from raping a little girl. The man has done a lot of things. He'll probably kill me for telling those stories, but I think they deserve to be heard. Because anybody like that does not deserve the kind of reputation that he gets. Or is it because you guys are triggered by the fact he doesn't know how to draw hands? Hey, newsflash assholes, nobody knows how to draw hands. Have you ever tried to draw hands? They're fucking hard. Every artist, and I mean every artist, struggles with them, not just him. And for God's sakes, he's still young, younger than me. Give him some time and he'll learn how to draw hands. I guess he's not good enough by your standards. Fuck off. So let's say I have a good idea of the guy who messed with Rizeki and caused him to commit suicide. I'm not going to mention his name because the motherfucker doesn't deserve the recognition. So, if you're watching this, asshole, I know you are, because you got nothing else better to do with your time than to stalk people you don't like, to stalk people more popular than you and mess with them just to make a name for yourself. All I can say is, the fuck is wrong with you? You seriously harassed a man who has severe mental problems to the point where he wanted to commit suicide. Not only that, you constantly tried to deny you did it. Then you tried to bring up the fact that he's lied about committing suicide before. And then you tried to take credit for what you did by saying, oh, more people are going to feel sorry for Rizeki now and donate to his campaign. I did a lot for him. Oh my gosh. If you were on fire, I wouldn't piss you out. Unfucking believable. What happened to the good old days of trolling? Remember when you used to watch Xbox trolls like Good Griefing or Minnesota Burns? All they did was just mess with some angry people in gun game, or they just mess with kids who were too young to be playing the games they were playing anyway. It was all in good fun. None of them ever bullied or harassed them to the point where they went to kill themselves. That's the trolling I miss. When people actually had dignity. When it was about having fun and not trying to ruin everybody's life. Nowadays, trolling is all about the latter. And I can't stand it anymore. And I think it's gone way too far. When you're purposely messing with somebody you know can't take it to the point where you're trying to get them to hurt themselves or even worse, I think that's when you as a human being need to stop and reflect on yourself. 'Cause, in my opinion, you're no better than pulling the trigger yourself. When you harass somebody with the sheer goal of getting them to kill themselves, their blood is on your hands. You might not want to admit it, but it is. Sure, somebody like me, I can take crap like that. I can take all the harassment and bullshit I deal with on a daily basis because I grew up surrounding myself with negative attention. But for some people like Rizeki, they can't take it. There comes a time when you need to acknowledge that some people just need to be left alone. And I know what you're thinking. You could argue that because Rizeki is an online presence, he is fair game to be criticized. It's true. His artwork can be criticized, maybe some things he says can be criticized. When you try to go out of your way to dox his personal information, and even lying about doxing his personal information, that's going way too far. That's getting personal, man. That's getting real personal. You don't do that shit. You just don't. In my opinion, online business stays online. You never try to get people's personal lives involved, just for what they do online. I happen to be somebody some people don't like, and some people have gone out of their way to try to ruin me personally. I've had my house called, and even some butthurt fuck tried to message my mother on Facebook and tattle on me for the kind of artwork I make. Are we in kindergarten? Have we gotten to the point where you're so butthurt by porn art that you're tattling on my parents? My parents don't give a shit what I do. I'm an adult. Sorry if you're a fucking teenager and have no business looking at that kind of shit anyway. Get a fucking life. But back to Rizeki. The people who messed with him knew him like I knew him. They know he's one of the sweetest and nicest guys I know. He's just doing what he loves and trying to survive in a country that hates people like him. And the fact that there are some people out there that are trying to ruin him and make him feel like shit, yeah, that gets my blood boiling. Even if Rizeki wasn't my friend, I'd still be pissed off about this. Because as a human being, I don't want to see somebody driven to the point of suicide just because some people don't like him. Ask yourself, is it worth it? Wouldn't you rather be doing something better with your time? Do you have so much free time on your hands that you constantly stalk people you don't like and try to make their lives a living hell? I personally couldn't live with myself if I did something like that. But hey, I actually have a heart. So I guess there's a big difference there. I hope Rizeki can make a speedy and full recovery after all this. And I hope that he learns a lot from this and he doesn't try anything like that again. And to the motherfuckers who still harass him and are probably gonna still harass him if he ever comes back online, you can have one cold hard personal fuck you from me. If I catch any of you sons of bitches messing with my friend again, brother, you're gonna regret ever pissing off a redneck. Sorry if this video was a little incoherent. That's what happens when I don't have time to prepare a script. Trolling is getting way out of hand. Not just in the art community, but to online personalities in general. When a famous porn star like August Ames came and take all the negative criticism she gets and she offs herself, what makes you think somebody like Rizeki could handle it? People really need to start considering other people's mental issues before they choose to mess with them. And to anybody who takes pride in ruining people, messing them up mentally, trying to get them to kill themselves, doxing their personal information, and just being a straight up asshole, I think you're the real evil here. No amount of disgusting artwork that somebody draws even amounts to what you people do. I get it. We artists draw some weird shit. We're weird people. We can't make what we do seem normal to you. But when you go out of your way to see us as lower form of human beings, and you try to make us seem like the bad guys while doing some of the most despicable acts known to mankind, I think you pretty much lost this debate. That's all I gotta say, folks. Thank you to everybody who supported Rizeki's fund, and thanks to all my friends who reblogged the post to get some attention to it. To all my friends and followers who support me, keep being you guys. Keep loving each other. Just keep being nice people. Look at what happened in this situation and really use it as inspiration to not be like the people who did this to my friend. Just do that for me. I'll keep loving all of you. And to you people who are probably watching this video and laughing at how LOL triggered I am, take these words to the heart. If you live by the sword, you die by the sword. That's all I gotta say. Fuck's sake, man.